So, in comparison with the baby boomers, the millennials are more of problem solvers, okay? Because they are still part of the workforce that we have right now. And also, one of the societal forces shaping the events industry is the ability of a certain event to provide authentic experiences. Authentic meaning it's not it's not reenacted, or it's not pre-directed. What 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 authentic means is the level of being genuine, the level of the state of being natural when it comes to the activities being done in certain destinations. So tourism destinations must have activities that travelers can participate on, because this further enriches their experiences. So not just because they have attended a certain event, but after the event they must be able to participate in activities that enhances their travel experience. So there is a shift from a destination based activity or a destination based experience to an activity based travel experience. So you have to be able to provide authentic activities to these travelers so that they will be having a memorable experience. So it requires the delivery of unique and personalized experience for the delegates. So after they have attended event, so what would be in store for them in the region or in the destination that they have visited? Of course, you have to keep them occupied after the event, because although it's gonna be an entire day of attending events and meetings or conventions, they would still want to explore the place during their free time. Next, there is also a need for community. So the connection with stakeholders must begin before the actual event. So there are certain events that are held in a certain community, specifically when the event wants to target a uh, specific audience, which is a local community. So this is more of a local level. So there should be um, a maintaining and the extending of the interest of the community. So although that is a challenge, so there must be uh, an effort to maintain the interest of the community. So you have to really explain to the community what would be the relevance of this event to them. And you can use social media for conversation, and all of the discussions, the contents, the contents of the proceedings can be repurposed into blogs, so that even after the event is already finished, you can still have the content posted in a blog, and those who were not able to attend the event would be able to see the the activities or the information that that transpired during the event. And then the need for engagement. So this may be related in the need for community, because again, if you are talking about events on a local level, so you have to be able to engage your delegates. Okay, you have to use web tools to view presentations. So not just on a local level, but let's say if you are holding a virtual event, you have to make it interesting. You have to catch the interest of the attendees. So you have to make very nice presentations, and you must be able to turn passive audiences into enthusiastic delegates. So how can you do this? So you can use gamification to encourage participations. So games can now be incorporated in the actual event. So you may be uh, including some question and answer in between the different topics, and you can give them prizes, or you can give them badges, or any freebies that the organizer can give to the audience. And then there must also be this aspect, which is the CSR, or the corporate social responsibility. The importance of CSR is because events organizations, or the events industry, uh, their decisions and activities affect the society, the environment where they operate. So, of course, that means uh, there are a lot of stakeholders involved in hosting or organizing event. Of course, stakeholders could be your event organizers, your suppliers, the society where you will be holding the event, or the community where you will be holding the event, and also the beneficiaries if the event is um, an advocacy event or a fundraising event. Now, when it comes to corporate social responsibility, the triple bottom line, or the 3P, must be incorporated. So the triple bottom line is, uh, there should be an equal benefit when it comes to the economic aspect, the social aspect, which is the people, and also the environment aspect. So in holding events, we don't just talk about the economic benefits of the destination could gain, okay, in hosting the event, but also the people who will be working behind the scenes, and also the community that will benefit the event. And also, there should be less impact in the environment. So the triple bottom line also supports what we call the sustainability across the businesses, markets, and the communities where the event will operate. All right. So again, it should not just be about economy, but it should also be about environmental and social significance. So that is the triple bottom line. And in connection to that, responsible tourism will always be attached to it, because we talk about environment and tourists. Of course, when they go to destinations, they consume resources, of course. And responsible tourism may be described as the support mechanism for community-based programs such as homestays, guest cottages, and ethno museums. uh, Communities now can host different travelers, but in uh, to be able to minimize the impacts of constructing buildings or establishments to accommodate incoming guests, instead of uh, constructing high-rise buildings, they are encouraging a more local approach, which is the use of homestays and guest cottages, wherein the locals would be able to accept guests, and the tourists will be paying for a certain fee. And this means that the direct beneficiaries of these activities would be the locals. And other types of responsible tourism are agricultural tours, fair trade coffee tours, and voluntourism, or eco-tourism. And then we go to the socio-economic benefits of responsible tourism. So, how does responsible tourism benefit the social and the economic aspect of a destination? Right, so it generates greater economic benefits for local people. As I have mentioned, they are the direct beneficiaries. It enhances the well-being of the host communities, and it improves their condition. of course, it involves local people in making decisions that affect their lives. It can also be a contributor to the conservation of natural and cultural heritage because uh, it's not commercialized or it's not heavily funded. It's not mass tourism, which is why it conserves the natural and cultural heritage of the destination. And because it's that authentic, it's that unique, it's that genuine, it provides a more enjoyable experience for tourists because since it's authentic, there is a more meaningful connection with the local people. And because there's more connection with the local people, it provides a greater understanding of the different local and environmental issues. And of course, it minimizes negative economic, environmental, and social impacts and cultivates respect between tourist and host. Alright, so tourism on a local level provides all of these benefits. Now, after talking about the socio-economic forces affecting the events or the MICE industry, we go to the different technological forces that influence the industry. First is accessibility. And since events are really widespread, so it's already considered an industry, you must be able to offer and provide websites where your intended participants would be able to access all information regarding the event. You should be able also to offer applications wherein they can search it even if they are offline. So event information is very important because this is where your attendees will gather information, the different time, the venue, and also let's say if it's an international event, of course it's very important to provide this information to international delegates. And because attendees require easy access information, okay, your application should be accessed using their mobile gadgets, and you will better provide a very good experience with the delegates if they are able to register and pay the fee using their mobile phone. So basically, this talks about how the delegates can have a more convenient way in participating in your event. Next, it is followed by software and applications. So, event apps must also facilitate the planning and the management of the event. So, online registration is very much practiced right now. So, if you can pre-register online before the event starts, it reduces the paper usage and the printing of all the confirmation of the registration. So, and of course, the registration can just be accessed using their mobile phones. It's also very convenient. And now, let's say when they have already attended the event or they are already in the venue, you can make use of QR codes because it's already becoming mainstream. And these codes are used for gathering data and information. So, as I have mentioned before, this is one of the commitment of the MICE industry in the Philippines, that is to enhance the gathering of data related to events.